I'm not used to recording myself on camera, but I wanted to do this for myself. My name's Parker Simmons, and I am recording myself right now because I have a goal and I want to see the progression of myself to said goal. And that goal is that I want to become a Pokemon World competitor. I want to be able to compete on the big stage at Worlds this year. In this video, I'm just going to kind of talk about where my start point is, how I'm making progress, and how I'm going to reach that goal. Let's start with where I'm starting from. I've been playing Pokemon for a while, but I didn't know about VGC until Sword and Shield. And with Sword and Shield, I was really bad at first, like really, really bad. Like I went to a tournament and got dead last place. There was only like 6 people there. And so what I did is I went on Showdown, which is a website where you could practice Pokemon, and I grinded Pokemon, I practiced, and eventually I made it so that I was able to win a local tournament, and that was my first big goal. So let's go quickly through this timeline. First big goal achieved, won a local tournament, awesome. I guess the first big goal is getting to Master Ball, because that's kind of a good starting place for anyone that's looking to get better at the game. After that, I was like, okay, I want to play in these online competitions, or I wanted to play in real competitions with people, but COVID happened, so I had to play on the ladder or play on, like there was this thing called the Players Cup, which was like a regional, but it was for people playing from home. And I did all right at those. One of those I made to day 2, which was probably my biggest VGC achievement up until that point. And then I feel like COVID, while it may never have officially ended, we kind of returned to reality with Scarlet and Violet, and this was kind of my first official season. And I went to 2 regionals for the last session for Scarlet and Violet, the last season before Worlds, and that was kind of getting my toes dipped in the water. And if that's something that interests you to learn more about what it's like to actually go to a regional for the first time, I can talk more about that too. But at those regionals, I performed all right. My first one ever I went 6-3, which was I was blown away. I didn't think that was going to be the reality. I went and did. And the team, it was Regulation B, which means that there were no ruined Pokemon. And my team looked like this. I'm going to make some fancy motion graphics, and hopefully they should all appear. I was using an Annihilate team with Qwilfish, and the whole point of the team was to enable Annihilate to be able to do really strong Rage Fists, and Qwilfish had Pin Missile and ways to support it. And then anyway, I went to NAIC, I went 4-5, and I was like, okay, there's inconsistency here, maybe the players are just better, but I said, all right, let's hunker down and let's get some actual practice and then set some goals. So what I did from there, and if anyone is resonating with this and wants to take action and get compete with me for this invite for Worlds, what I did was I created a regular weekly tournament, which I'll have a link to down below, and that regular weekly tournament actually is what's helped me to get better. And my results since then have just been going up slowly but surely. My next regional I went to after the next start was I went to Pittsburgh, which was the first regional I went to for this new season, this new year. And I went 5-4, and I felt like I feel like my play was good, my team was good, and the reason that I didn't get the 6-3 that I was hoping for was I had some unfortunate luck. I got crit, and you know, it happens. You got to roll with the punches. Even the best players don't always get 6-3, and so that's one of the things. You have to have a good mindset. But anyway, the team I had was, hopefully I will animate this on screen. It is another Annihilate team. He's kind of been the staple of things that I've been working around. He's kind of been the core, and this team was a team that I built with the intention of, like, I was like, you know what, I think Annihilate is still good. I think that people are sleeping on this Pokemon. This time I still focused on the mouse hold stuff and having the really, really strong Rage Fist, and I had Meowscarada, and I really liked Meowscarada at this point, and I do feel like now it's Power Corrupt, but at this point in the tournament, I liked it because it enabled me to U-turn into myself, which is something I explore later, and I also had really fast Pollen Puff, which made it so that Annihilate wasn't really like, your opponents can't really one-shot Annihilate unless they have really specific Pokemon to do so, and having the ability to come in quickly with Meowscarada and threaten KOs onto things like Urshifus that aren't under Tailwind, and Pollen Puff to heal yourself back to full and just let Annihilate be the beast that it is, I really enjoyed. And then finally, my most recent tournament is definitely the best I've performed by a landslide. I actually played at the Peoria Regional. That's me on screen over there. The Peoria Regional, it was a lot of fun, and it was my best performance. I actually ended up going 10-4, and I fought some really big names like Justin Tang, Nick Navarre, James Beck, and I took every single person that I fought to game 3 with the exception of Leonard Kraft, which was on stream. And if you watch that match, or I could go over that match in depth, it was not favored for me, but Leonard's a great player and I can't be upset about that. It was a lot of fun talking and working with him. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at on my current journey. The whole premise of the team, I can go into more depth if that's something that interests people and talk about why I built it. A lot of it is still built around that same idea that I had with Meowscarada, which is Annihilate doesn't need full Rage Fist. He does not need that. It will get there, and your opponent can help you to get there. So take it nice and easy. You'll get there eventually. Anyway, so let's talk about how you qualify for Worlds and what that means for me and what my plans are for the future. So to qualify for Worlds, a person needs to obtain 500 CP, and these CP are called championship points. Every single event you go to, you have the potential to get CP as long as it's like a official event by the Pokemon Company, and it has it's either called a Premier Challenge or a regional, or let me just flip over to my desktop and we can talk about that in more depth. So what they do is they have certain events. They are called Premier Challenges. You can get 6 of these, and if you come in first place in a Premier Challenge, you get 30 points. Mid-season showdown, which is more like a glorified Premier Challenge, you can get 50 points. A global challenge, this is the online, kind of like our Players Cup we had talked about in the other thing. Those will get you up to 160 points. Wow, that's a lot more than I thought it was. These are all if you get first, and all these other points below it are for second place, third place, etc. Then there are regional championships, which can get you up to 100 or 200 points. And if you come in first place at a regional, you get an automatic Worlds invite. And then there are international championships where if you come in first, you get 500 points and you get a Worlds invite. So it's extra bang for your buck. It's very cool. There are kickers, so the more people that get invited, the more trickle down points you can get. So like if you go to an international and there are 2,000 players and you come in 513th to 1,000th place, you can still get 50 CP. So that's a pretty decent chunk for coming in like the bottom half of the tournament. So you want events to be bigger, it's better competition, and you have more chances for points. You might be asking yourself, how do you find these events? Well, if you're looking to find events, you can go to this website called the Event Locator, and then just type in a place that you live at. So like, let's say I live in New York, and I spelled that terribly wrong. If I live in New York, what I can do is there are tons and tons of events, but not every single event is an event for me, because what will happen is when you do this Event Locator, it'll show you both VGC, TCG, and Pokemon Go. So if you're looking for an event for yourself and you're a VGC player, you got to click Video Game. And then from there, you have to make sure that it has this little emblem, because these emblems represent Players Challenge, what is it called? Premier Challenges or mid-season showdowns. Like this, you could totally go to this event and you could probably get some fun, good practice, maybe even like a little bit of prize money, but it will not give you any CP for a good for a good finish. So these 3 are things you could go to if you are in New York, and these will all award CP if you perform well at them. So that's kind of how you can qualify for Worlds and get CP. As for where I'm at right now and how those things have shaken up. So right now, I'm looking at the Play Pokemon leaderboard, which is a website you can go to check how much CP you have and how everyone else is doing in relationship to yourself. So for this season, I have gone to 3 events. The first event was I went to Pittsburgh. I did not get any CP for Pittsburgh. I went to a local and I came in third place, so I think it was 12 CP. And then I went to Peoria, and out of the 490 something players, I got 11th. And for that, if I go to VG Masters, normally you can type your name in, but what you can do is you can kind of just scroll down and see if you can find yourself. So because I qualified for that and I did very well, I got 92 points. So if you look for me, Parker Simmons, right now I'm ranked 39th on the leaderboard for Masters in the United States and Canada. That's going to change tomorrow because we are having a regional in Sacramento. So there's going to be a lot of people that are bumping up on this ranking list, but it's really fun to check out and see where everyone's at in relationship to each other. All right, cool. Well, I think that kind of covers everything that I was going to say about how to qualify and how to get championship points. As for the future, I'm going to continue making videos and talking about my progress as I go to Worlds. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you, but if you're a person that's looking to qualify for the first time, and if you have any questions, please let me know, because this is something I'm doing for other people, but I'm also doing it for myself, just as this is a time capsule. This is even if I don't, which I will, even if I don't qualify for Worlds, it's a good place to look back on and be like, this is where you were at this point. And it's okay if you don't make it, but we need to move forward. I'm always going to be focusing on forward progression and having a growth mindset. So if you stick with me, watch this stuff, we're gonna grow together. All right, well, this has been fun for me. I hope it's been fun for you. And if not, hopefully it's been informative. So have a wonderful day.